Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of our modded Tyrion campaign for the High Elves. We have taken out Safri and started to come after the Dark Elves that are in the north so we can get the Phoenix Gate to get the Star of Avalorn. But our what's-his-face, our CM, he's going out to scout a little bit, see if he can find some island encounters to get some more experience. He is not getting quite enough fleet growth yet to level up, so I'm trying to figure out what I actually need to do with that. But Tyrion, after taking out Safri, we are going after Tor Anlek. So let's get that battle underway, but before that, let's level up our noble once again and take the battle to them. Tyrion leads the charge against Tor Anlek, the fortress of Anariand. Anlek was basically the strongest settlement and fortress ever created. It was actually designed by Kalidor Dragon Tamer, the greatest high elf mage to live, who was trapped in the vortex. So it was basically impenetrable, but it kind of got rocked with the Sundering. But it's been built and rebuilt over the ages by both the High Elves and the Dark Elves to fend off invasions or to be a beachhead for their armada that is invading. But for here, we have a fairly decent army for the Dark Elves from their garrison. Several units of Dark Shards, a few Blackheart Corsairs, lots of Bleak Swords, and Dread Spears. So they have a fair amount to actually fend us off with. Tyrion and the noble going after the gates. Oh, sorry. The noble and our mage going after the gates. While Tyrion is following up on foot, he's going to climb on the walls. On the far side, we have sent our Illyrian Lancers and Silverhelms to try to get through the gates over here so we can get some flanking charges. But Flamespire Phoenix going to do some dirty work, going down after these Dark Shards who decided to isolate themselves. This will be a really great target for it. Although they still can do okay in melee against the Phoenix because it doesn't have the best melee defense and it doesn't have very much armor, only at 30. So, very good unit. It does have the ward save because we currently have greater than 15 wounds of magic. But the rest of our forces are moving in. The Scions of Mathlon giving a nice ward save to nearby units. We'll get some of them attacking the walls, and other ones are going to jump on the gates as well, so we can kind of get a twofold attack. The rest of our Lothian Seaguard archers are going to get into position where they can start to get some nice shots off, kill all this enemy range firepower before it can do too much damage to us. Tyrion. Oh, I love Tyrion. He's just going in. He just fight forever, basically. Even without the Air of Anarian, the Blood of Anarian buffs, he's still very, very good in combat. We still have him on foot while we have some major siege battles to fight. But afterwards, we'll put him on Malhandir. Some Spearmen, Mage of Heavens, and our Noble attacking the gates. They'll actually get through the gates pretty quickly over there, but the enemy Dark Shards, falling very quickly to our focused range fire, and then we bring down an awesome Combat Cassandora on the units guarding the walls. Some of our Spearmen were up there, but looks like they evaded most of that damage. But that really killed a lot of the defenders that were on the walls, so it did awesome. On the far side, they are bringing some units out to try to get on the walls, but for now, it is no missile units, so we don't have to worry about them actually trying to do damage to these guys. Phoenix did okay damage to the Dark Shards, but they were trying to send over some Bleak Swords, so we pulled him out for a little bit. He's going to try to get some cycle charging into the Dark Shards. Our focused missile fire with our archers doing great work so far. Not just Dark Shards going down, but some of these Dread Spears and Bleak Swords as they try to run off. But we do have some Blackheart Corsairs coming in. You guys are awesome looking. They have the Sea Dragon cloaks on the back. But Dark Shards decide to come in for a second round. These guys don't have shields though, so they will go down very quickly if we are targeting them. Up on the walls, Tyrion getting a few kills off on these Dread Spears, but he's also fighting this Master, which is the big issue. But After a couple of those magic casts, we actually did lose enough wounds of magic to lose our ward save on the sides of Mathlan, but it did come back online because we did decide to save up our magic a little bit, because that 10% ward save is going to be very, very influential in this battle and how many casualties we take on our melee units. Flamespire Phoenix getting some good charges off, again going after these dark shards since they can't quite decide to do what they want to, but our level 2 guy right here actually taking a fair amount of damage until we got control of the towers. But Tyrion actually taking a few shots from this master. He's getting a big boost in melee defense from being a siege defender, but we have got through the gates now. The noble and our mage will lead the assault on that, along with some spearmen coming in. Still a fair amount of reinforcements, though. 3 units of dark shards, bleak swords, dread spears, and some black arc corsairs. So definitely not through the worst of it yet. We still have a lot to get through. But we are getting close to getting through the gates on that side. About 10th of its health left, and this one still about half. Our Flamespire Phoenix doing great at keeping this Dark Shard occupied, but they are sending some Dread Spears out. With us through the gate now, we are going to try to form a beachhead and get control of this point, so it gives us some more momentum. But our spears are pretty victorious on the walls, but they're still sending some units after us. Master got down to about half health. This guy is pretty hard to kill, actually, so we'll try to get him when it's convenient. Tyrion just going straight after the Dreadlord, because if we can kill the Lord, it gives a big penalty, but we are going to drop another Comet right here. Hopefully avoid friendly fire, although we might get these spearmen just a little bit. Just a little bit, actually. Awesome. That's pretty much going to decimate those units of Bleak Sword Dread Spears and the Black Arc Corsairs, although they did survive a little bit more unscathed. But the Phoenix finally getting hit a little bit. Dread Spears trying to get down, but we are focusing down with some of our archers, so they're not going to be too happy about that. On this far side, the Dark Elves are starting to put some units on the walls with missile attacks, which they can actually do damage because they can shoot through the wall right there. But our Lyrian Lancers got through unscathed. They are going to come and try to get on this point, but I didn't quite see the Dread Spears. That's actually kind of bad for us, because these guys are anti-large. Lyrian Lancers have really good charge attack, but I don't think they quite got it all off right there, but that's going to be a little bit of a bad fight. Over on this front, we've dealt with almost the entirety of the Dark Elf Infantry they sent down this way, but there still are a few stragglers. The Dreadlord did get supported from some Dread Spears, so he's running away to try to fight again. But we've started to move our units through so we can get some archers into a better position. These spearmen still struggling to get through these Black Arc Corsairs. Don't have the best melee defense, but their melee attack is actually quite good, and our guys are just about to lose martial prowess, which will drop their melee defense by quite a bit. So there it goes. Yeah. But they break right at the perfect time. So it works out in our favor. Noble and the Mage teamed up to go after the Master and do a fair amount of damage to him. Our Lyrian Lancers, we did manage to pull them back before they could get surrounded by another unit of Dread Spears. But our Silver Helms got on top of some Dark Shards, which is pretty nice, but they are getting some pot shots from another unit over there. The other thing is just to keep our cavalry moving so they can't get caught down. Flamespire Phoenix drops a few of its Wake of Fire bombardments, can do some nice damage to these guys. We're just trying to break this Dark Elf Infantry as quickly as possible so we can actually push them to their control points. A lot of our archers are making their way inside now. Spearmen chasing down some Dread Spears, but one unit of Bleak Swords did manage to come back, but the Master has been dealt with. So, still got quite a fight left in the Dark Elves. There's that Valor of Ages coming in for us, where we... If you guys don't know, that was a rule in the tabletop where the Dark Elves and the High Elves really did not like each other, so they got bonuses when they were fighting one another. But We do manage to sneak past some of these guys and come in for a nice charge against these Black Ark Corsairs that have the hand crossbows. Illyrian Lancers, still pretty healthy, but our Silver Helms did take quite a bit of damage from those crossbow bolts. But luckily enough, we do have a little bit of an avenue where we can actually sneak by once we get these guys broken down. From Spire Phoenix going up to help them. Try to get some terror outs. It does still have Attune to Magic active, so it is keeping that ward save up, which is very nice. But this Dreadlord still maintaining the leadership of all the rest of the units. We have broken the backs of all the Dark Elf units in the main beachhead. Archers are starting to move into position where they can start to get some shots down on the stuff on the walls that is up in the higher tiers of the settlement. But our Phoenix, and the Silver Helms, and Illyrian Lancers do wreck those Black Ark Corsairs, but we do not want to get caught by these Dread Spears again, so we're going to bring them straight up and get on this other control point right there. Maybe come down from some charges on here, because our Noble and our Mage are on horses. We are trying to get them over here as quickly as possible to actually go after this Dreadlord, because they have erected some barriers to try and stop us. Over here, luckily, it is not a complete wall. It is just a trap, so it lowers our speed a little bit. But Tyrion, 104 kills, not too much value, but been doing plenty of work. I'm sure our Noble's got pretty good value from fighting that Master. Not much, actually, but our Mage definitely has plenty of value. Yeah, almost 1,500 from her spells. But our Illyrian Lancers and Silver Helms are safe for now. Trying to capture this point real fast. Our Phoenix getting very dangerously low, though, but we do manage to get it out of combat with just under 700 HP left. Our Noble and Mage have engaged the Dreadlord while we wait for some of our reinforcements. As soon as we capture that point, our cavalry is going to charge downhill right here. And we're going to try to get this Phoenix over to actually break the bracing of the Dread Spears so it doesn't get that charge defense. But Dreadlord's still holding out. Yeah, let's see if we can get it right here. Combination. Phoenix breaks. The brace, yes, and those Dread Spears just get annihilated by the mass charge of our cavalry as they push down the hill too, Little Helm Deep style. But Tyrion leading his expeditionary force of the Signs of Mathlan going after some of these Black Corsairs. But Dark Elves still have a few guys pulling up. They have 2 units of Dark Shards that are still at full health. Actually, 3, actually. 1, 2, 3 over there. And 2 units of Red Spears that are basically full health. But if we can kill this Dreadlord, that will probably drop the army leadership down. But our Flamespire Phoenix is getting very, very dangerously low on health. But we have finally got through and broken this flank. We'll try to get that capture point. Tyrion, bring me battle. Nope, but right there. Yeah, there we go. Down and dirty with the Dark Shards. Ooh, nice. You got one of his sync animations. Decapitated that guy. Ooh. There goes the Dreadlord. Leadership still doesn't want to fall for the Dark Elves, though. But we don't want to send our Phoenix into combat with them. A lot of our ranged units are still making their way in. Unfortunately, the pathing for units is not great. Even when we have the gates open, a lot of the units still try to climb the walls, so it did take a while. But cavalry coming around, trying to get on these guys, but it looks like the Dark Elves have finally got the message and have given up. Man, we know how to pick them. Almost lost a couple of units. Tyrion got very, very low. I don't want to loot this, even though the extra replenishment would be nice. Because I don't want to have to pay to repair Tor Anlek. Which, if you guys don't know, actually, interesting lore about Tor Anlek is Tor Anlek was the seat of Anarian's throne and his kingdom. Narith was started by Anarion, the first Phoenix King. And this is where he ruled after Astariel, the Ever Queen. His wife died. That's where he lived after drawing the Sword of Khaine. So it's kind of a tainted place, but it's a major, major place of importance to both the High Elves and the Dark Elves. Basically, whoever controls it usually kind of keeps it as a declaration that they are the true heirs of Anarion, rather than the Dark Elves who think that they are doing what's right. For our mage, let's keep going into scouting. I want to get some more magic items. Our noble, keep going fully into melee defense, which Tyrion we should actually probably put on Malhandir now. Let's do that. Tyrion. And I don't really want to merge these guys because this guy's rank 4, so he's actually pretty high experience. We'll try to keep him around a little bit. We're not really worried about corruption at the moment. Well, I guess we have Slaanesh. Corruption over here in the White Tower of Hoeth. We may use this in a second, because we will start to take attrition when we go after Nakari, but we need to finish off Dark Elves first, then we'll worry about that. Convoy Captain. Let's eventually get to this to rank 8, because then he can replenish in any territory as long as there's not like a storm or anything. How can I assist you? But no one else is quite ready to trade with us. But Ivres, let's go for, ooh, we can get a military alliance right away. Or defensive alliance at least. I'll hold off on that.
Queen duty. Fear my malice.
Do we want to build an outpost with someone? I guess it's just with Avalorn. Like say, we might build an outpost with someone, some men or something, so we can get some of their unique units. Since there are some Phoenix Court seats that benefit that. Yeah, we're not going to take the defensive alliance right away. Sorry. Eltharion. Corruption should be basically gone. I think maybe 2 more turns in Hoeth, Safri, whatever you want to call it. Hoeth is actually the elven god of wisdom. And Safri is the domain of the best mages in Ulthuan. Okay, our our convoy gets another crack at a battle. This one's actually not that bad because the hand cannons are pretty low range, so we can decimate them with archers before they get close. And same with handgunners. Let's actually fight this. We just got to make sure we don't lose our handgunners. Let's do it. It's funny, in the lore, the Vampire Coast are the terror of the seas, but they got nothing on the High Elves when it comes to naval power. So we have Vampire Fleet Admiral of the Lore of the Deeps leading a small force, 2 things of deckhand mobs with pole arms, and 3 guys with hand cannons. This time it's not an ambush, so that range is going to really, really hurt them. But they do have 2 deck choppers with handgunners, so they're going to have a little bit more range. But we have a lot of firepower now. We got a few more archers from one of our dilemmas, so we in total have 2 handgunners, 1 low 3 sea guard because the other one got killed off, but then we have several things of archers, 3 of them with light armor. So we're just letting them come to us. Once they get in range, we're just going to blast them apart. The only things we really do have to worry about are the hand cannons if they get too close to where they can actually get some volleys off. We did choose the battlefield right here with a little bit of elevation on their front, so our handgunners can still shoot over our halberdiers, hopefully. But as soon as the deck trappers get into range, we are going to blow them apart. These guys take a lot of focus fire and disappear almost immediately. This one doesn't have quite as much going for it, though. But lost half their models very quickly, but they're just barely surviving. There we go. Our prince is going to go out and try to draw the fire of these guys a little bit so they don't shoot my halberdiers, because we need them to hold the line against the zombie pirate bombs coming in. But handgunners trying to kill the fleet admiral. This flank, 3 of our units are focusing down on these handgunner deck droppers. The other guys are just trying to kill the hand cannons. Since they are getting to a point where they might be able to start shooting, yep, I would say these guys barely just have a little gap to shoot through it there, so we want to focus them down. The other unit of deck droppers actually managing to hold out much longer. Despite getting focused down by quite as much, they've been pretty good at evading shots, but ooh, there's a good volley by the hand cannons on my handgunners though. So we got to get them down as soon as possible. Prince just leading the defense with these halberdiers. They were pretty severely damaged before the battle began, so we do need the extra leadership, even though they're fighting a very easy battle against these deckhand mobs. They really just don't have the melee attack to get through the halberdiers' 44 melee defense. But the Fleet Admiral's managing to do a fair amount of damage with its Lower the Deeps. Not too many kills yet, but that unit of hand cannons did actually manage to get these handgunners down quite a bit. So we decide it's not worth it to wait and try to kill the zombies. If we kill her, the army will follow. But she almost routed one of our handgunners. Yeah, all that enemy focus fire. Archers don't do a lot of armor piercing, so it's not going to do too much, but when we have basically 5 units, 6 units focusing her down, she's going to go down very quickly. And the army will disintegrate without her. Took a little bit of range fire in some of our handgunners, but they all lived. Let's keep taking... Ooh, man. The heal is always pretty nice for these guys because I really don't want to lose caravans. But this gives more grandeur and experience, which the faster I get this guy up to level 8, the better he's going to be. Let's take a look at this guy.
Lethal grace given form. Can I offer assistance?
Definitely want to get that one, so that's one. Well, I guess we don't care about this right away. We just care about it once he's level 8. So in the meantime, we'll just do that one. Gives his army a little bit of experience per turn. Just have to worry about the Dread Fleet because they've taken over Calador and parts of Tiranoc, it looks like. Let's put some growth into Engidio.
You have my attention.
And I was going to try to find some island encounters with you, so I'll send you up this way.
For the moment. The sea calls. Sailing forth.
Should still be able to go. That. Let's give you some more ship's company. Lothern. We're still a while away from tier 4. But this would be great. This unlocks some more technologies. And it reduces the grandeur cost for White Tower seats. Forge gives grandeur per turn, though. Because we're almost done building the embassy, which I want to get the embassy so we can get Maritime Empire. That'll give us another convoy, actually, so... yeah, let's... Because I don't think I'll need a garrison. We'll do that one. Okay, the White Tower. 2 more turns until your corruption is completely gone. I can tax you for 1 turn. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'll just have to remember to not get a rebellion there. Okay, that's good. So Alariel is going towards Torgid Mill, which is fine. We want to take the Shrine of Khaine.
I cannot.
Let's Do we want to do a quest battle this turn?
My ancestors would be proud.
Our spearmen are pretty hurt. I think we can actually do one of them. Let's go into Lily's blessing first, though.
Forward.
And we'll do the Sunfang quest battle. Oh, we don't have enough money right now. Okay, what can I... We'll have you start your recruitment for a little bit.
Tyrion.
Level up our mage. Covenant of Casandora. You guys will see why I love this spell. It's great for this quest battle that's going to come up. So let's do that one real fast. Oh, I have to be normal stance. Okay. We're not going to do the Dragon Armor yet, because that's a little bit harder battle with the damaged front line. This one's not quite as bad, though. Let's do it!
This is a sad day for Ulthuan, when Asher fights Asher within sight of the White Tower. Belcorhadris would surely weep, as I will for the dead that I slay this day. But make no mistake, I will reap a toll, for my honor has been called into question. The offense must be sated, and only then shall I take up Sunfang to fight the true enemies of the Phoenix throne.
Tyrion fighting some usurpers. Well, he's technically not the king, but they have put a mark of dishonor on him, so we must avenge that. This is our quest battle to reclaim Sunfang. We have our Illyrian Lancers and Silver Helms leading up onto the side, where we're going to try to get behind them. Tyrion the Noble going straight in, along with our Flamespire Phoenix. They do have an Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, some units of archers, so it is pretty dangerous if we are not careful. Looks like they are actually trying to switch their targets and hit Tyrion, so we do manage to avoid some shots on the Flamespire Phoenix because of our cavalry coming around. But lots of good units coming in for the enemy High Elves. A Lord and a Lore Master right now, along with some Sword Masters, and there will be more reinforcements even after that. But Tyrion and the Noble just going to go right for this enemy Prince. Even with two actually nice charges there, we don't actually get a hit, which is pretty amazing. But some archers do try to get some shots off as our Phoenix goes in. So we decide to actually go after the archers instead of the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, because our Silver Helms and Illyrian Lancers are going to get really nice charges here on some of the archers. Flamespire Phoenix also dropping some Wake of Fire, kill those bunched up infantry, and we can shut down the enemy artillery pretty quick while the rest of our forces move in. Our mage on her steed, staying out of range of the enemy archers for now, but our Flamespire Phoenix, very, very dangerously low. They really do like to target it down, so we're going to try to be very careful. So our guys are in range right now, so he's going to do some evasive maneuvers, and all of our archers are going to try to kill enemy ranged firepower as soon as we can. Tyrion and the Noble not doing too well actually against all these units. They are anti-large, blocking them, but I love Comp of Casandora because this is how you use it. You just blob up enemy infantry, even high tier like elite infantry like sword masters on top of them, and then you just rain down comets, because Comp of Casandora basically does no damage to characters, but it will do massive damage to infantry, so you can just get tons of kills and have basically no risk to your characters. But we shut down the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, so they are trying to come to melee. Some spearmen cutting at us, but our back line is completely functional still. Although the Sword Masters are trying to get on top of our cavalry, which we noticed just barely in time. That would be a really nice, really nasty matchup for them. They have very high melee attack and very high armor piercing, which we get through the armory, even of the Silver Helms. So as soon as they get in range, that is going to be our prime target. Tyrion and the Noble decide to pull back just because their fight against the Prince was actually not going terribly well in our favor. But some more reinforcements on the way. 2 more units of Sword Masters along with another Lore Master of Hoeth. This guy has the Shem's Burning Gaze ability, and the other one I believe has Soul. Oh, no, where is he? I thought they had one with Spirit Leech. But, ooh, Shem's Burning Gaze, really nice hit right there. Killed 4 of our Silver Helms, actually. But we've shut down basically the vast majority of their more elite units. Swordmasters taking a lot of damage that they were trying to chase around our cavalry. But our Scions of Mathlon doing a little bit of damage against these enemy spearmen. As soon as the Swordmasters get in range, we were just going to pelt them. They do have a missile block chance, but when they're turning around, they lose that. So we're just going to focus them down. But, ooh, Shem's Burning... Oh, that was a really good shot. Holy crap, by that Warmaster. Killed 6 units and did damage a lot of other ones, actually. But 2 units of Swordmaster still coming up. We have shut down the rest of the enemy firepower. Tyrion and the Noble leading a good attack against these princes, but we just got to do as much damage to these Swordmasters before they get into melee. We could be in trouble. Flamespire Phoenix just kind of sitting out the rest of the battle, most likely. We do not want to lose him, as he's a variable value unit, but ooh, big Shem's Burning Gaze there on our maze. We're going to try to get her a little bit more mobile. Tyrion and the Noble finally doing some damage. Ooh, big hit there by Tyrion. The enemy prince still putting up a good fight. Swordmasters trying to come and help out, and they are going to go after our Scions of Mathlon and our Lothian Seaguard. But luckily we have got them down to about half health. We did rout the other unit of Swordmasters. So our cavalry's going to come in, try to get some finishing charges off. But, ooh, man, that guy's got so many good shots with that. His Shem's Burning Gaze have managed to like hit so many units and like not hit the ground at all. So he's been getting great value. Another one right there. Holy crap. Only killed 1 unit on that, but did lots of damage. So as long as we can keep them alive, shouldn't have too much of an issue. But these other Swordmasters still holding out. They have incredibly high leadership, but with the focus fire will not be enough. We're just trying to team up on these characters. They're the only thing holding the Rebel High Elves together. Shem's Burning Gaze once again. Man, they're just getting full value of that. Get the flaming attacks from that. Our Silver Helms and Illyrian Lancers have been doing pretty good. 49 kills, 69. Mostly been very good at shutting down the enemy firepower, but yes. First enemy prince goes down. The other Lore Master is about broken. With the charge of the Noble, he may go down. This one's still holding out, but we are going to focus fire down on these characters now that we've dealt with all of the infantry. Cavalry going to keep chasing off some of these units, getting some more kills. But one Lore Master does break. Aisalan. We have Velohuir, the enemy prince. This guy's actually named Yerdle. So if you guys didn't know, that's actually a name from the lore. So when Teclis went to help the Empire in the Great War against Chaos, Yerdle was actually one of the high mages that accompanied them. But he had a nice Shem's Burning Gaze on our Phoenix, who actually did get the rebirth because of that. So it almost got killed off, so we decided to pull him back even further until we can break the leadership of these units for good. Just one more little inkling, and then they will be gone. Tyrion has claimed Sunfang once again. Well, they really try to have a go at my Phoenix. It seems like no one really likes this thing. They try to kill it with all their might. We're still in friendly territory, and we're going to get a heal. But I'm going to take the extra experience and Grandeur. Sunfang is an awesome quest item, so I'm very happy to see that. Very, very strong in combat due to its ability. But with the level up that we're getting from Tyrion, let's finish off Bowmaster. Our Noble. Valor of Ages, because we are still going to be fighting Dark Elves, and we'll have Nakari and stuff. Let's finish off Scouting. And now that we made some money from the quest battle, let's build a few things. Let's get another Elven Gardens going, and then let's upgrade Port Elistor because that has a port which gives extra growth too. Upgrade the Tower of Lachine. And our Sea Helm is going to keep exploring, try to find some island encounters. I don't know why we haven't been able to find very many, so we can actually get some experience, but let's have him recruit some more Sea Company. And let's just take a look at our convoy real fast.
Lethal grace given form.
Okay, he's doing fine. Let's just look through diplomacy one more time. Tirnock is getting pretty friendly with us. I still don't want, I don't want defensive alliances, but we should have enough grandeur next turn to claim a new seat on the Phoenix Court. But I think our other one got stolen by Nagaroth, if I remember right. Okay, no war declaration from the Dread Fleet, which is good because we're still building up our province of Eataine. Looks like Averlorn did up tanking Tordranil, so Dark Elves are going to be relegated to just the Shrine of Khaine.
The winds are mine.
Now that we have the Shrine of Assyrian graded, we can build the landmark. We need a little bit more money, though. Alright, the Tower of Hoeth. We are to the point where we can start to tax it. Or I think I maybe messed that up and didn't tax it before. Maybe I didn't turn it back off, but let's level up our mage. We have finished off scouting. Let's try to get Arcane Conduit, so let's put a point into Magic Reserves.
Protector of the Everqueen.
And for the Phoenix Court, before I do that, do anything, let's look at these. So this got usurped by Nagaroth. So we still are getting a random banner. But what can we get up here? The other ones we can afford right now are in the Council of Nobles. Income from ports and reduced construction costs for ports, not bad. Call Moorworm during sea battles. That's pretty cool. And 25 experience for units when fighting at sea. That could be very useful for our caravans, our convoys. Achievement from vassals, income from faction capital settlement. This will be really nice later on once Lothlorn has been built up quite a bit. But it upgrades the tribute to the Phoenix King Edict with another 2 grandeur per turn. I think I like this one better because it's going to reduce our construction cost a little bit. And boost our income a little bit as well. Alright, corruption is pretty much gone, so we don't need this there anymore. Let's switch it over to growth.
For honor.
You keep exploring, please. No island encounters. Wow. That's very rare. But yeah, Shrine of Assyrian, we need a little bit more money. We'll get it taking the Shrine of Khaine.
What is this?
I mean, see, the Shrine of Khaine usually does have a pretty good garrison. Which I don't want to lose these units, especially our Lyrian Lancers, because they're getting leveled up, so. Shrine of Khaine! Tyrion and our noble leading the charge on their steeds. Tyrion on Mulhandir, the finest horse. He is the last descendant of... I'm trying to remember what the name of the first elven steed was. Starts with a K, but... Really, really good. Mulhandir is basically like a really good war horse that kicks and bites, that fights on its own. But Tyrion's got massive amounts of armor, very good stats, even while mounted, so he's just going to do amazing. He's going to try to shut down these shades while our infantry moves up. On the flanks, we have our silver helms leading one side, the other our Illyrian Lancers so we can get around to the back. Phoenix going to try to shut down some Dark Shards. Same with our Noble, try to trap them. Tunes the Dark Shards actually over there, but the Master is coming in. He's anti-large armor piercing, so we do have to be careful. If he gets too many shots off on our Phoenix or our Noble, they can get into trouble. But our Spearmen are getting into the front line. We have the Signs of Mathan once again leading the defense. But we got some scary units actually coming for us. We have the charge of the Witch Elves. Oh. Witch Elves are awesome. They're actually one of my favorite units in the lore. They drink this potion that like basically drives them into a blood frenzy, the Witch Brew. So yeah, they're getting a massive 50% boost in damage along with a massive melee attack boost, 74 melee attack. They're just going to eat through our Signs of Mathan. Even with 66 melee defense, these guys are just getting roasted. But Tyrion is pushed into the back to try to shut down some more archers. Illyrian Lancers in the back, capping one of the control points. Silverhelms actually didn't need to do that because it's all the way over here, but they are going to rear charge some of these Dark Shards and get some nice value there. Our Noble was kind of getting his butt kicked by the by the Masters, so we decided to pull them out. Mage also gets trapped a little bit, but a lot of our ranged units are trying to move into a better shooting position. Phoenix is just trying to trap these Dread Spears for a little bit. It is not a great target for us, but it actually gets a rebirth right there. So nice, big 25% HP boost. When that happens, it actually does have a chance to die, so we got pretty lucky there. But it's basically just there to trap it while we can get some missiles focused down onto it. Our Signs of Mathan just get destroyed by the Witch Elves. Even with our mage dropping the Bane Shield, a nice boost to their armor, it is just not enough to hold these guys back. But these other Spearmen doing pretty well, cutting off the retreat of these Dark Shards. We do get a nice Wind Blast down there, but Murder's Prowess is active. Silverhelms did really nice work at routing those guys. But our Phoenix, once again, taking a lot of damage trying to tie these guys down. Tyrion and the Noble charging into the back of these Dread Spears and Bleak Swords. Dark Shards are managing to get some shots off. But big old comet down there. Did do a little bit of friendly fire to our Spearmen, but it was totally worth it. We rout those 3 units. Illyrian Lancers getting into the back and on top of these Shades, so they won't be able to shoot for a little bit. Shades do have really good combat stats and damage, though, even in melee. So they can do some nasty work if we keep our Illyrian Lancers in there too long. The Supreme Sorceress has kind of been hiding the entire map, trying to run away. But these Dread Spears really did not want to quit, so they're actually going to go into battle against the Lothran Sea Guard. These guys do not have shields, so they don't have quite the melee defense as the other variants do, but those Witch Elves actually managed to kill off the Signs of Mathan, which is pretty amazing because they have a 10% ward save and very good stats. But Tyrion is going to try to chase them off. Illyrian Lancers do pretty great work against those Shades. 43 kills. They've basically broken, but they have some Bleak Swords trying to come around, so we don't want to get trapped by them. Silverhelms are coming again for another combat against the Dark Shards, who do decide to come back for a little bit. Silverhelm is a really, really cool unit, actually. Nice little knockdown to that guy. But we do get the win after just punishing them. We lost our Signs of Mathan, but that's okay. The regiment over now. Kept the other guys healthy. But I just kind of... Ooh, we could sack it for 5,000. Let's do it. I just had a funny thought, though. That we've kind of retraced a lot of the steps of Anarion. So we came and helped the Everqueen. Then we took Tor Anlek. We reclaimed Sunfang, which was Anarion's sword before he picked up the Sword of Khaine. And we're just going to capture the Sword of Khaine right now, which is pretty cool. Anarion's got a great story. But we have to get the shrine built up. Oh man, we sacked that for 5,000. I probably shouldn't have because this costs 3,000 to build. Oh well. This isn't really going to make us any. It makes us a teeny bit of money. We kind of need everything we can get right now.
ready to serve.
But that should wipe out these Dark Elves. Next, we can push on to Nakari.
I await your command.
Or we could go after the Dreadfleet. Dreadfleet's actually getting pretty dangerous. No sign of Marathi yet. She's usually pretty dominant in fighting Kislev. Let's build up the Shrine of Assyrian. Let's build this up as well so we can recruit some Sovereign Guard eventually. Is anyone else willing to trade with us now? Come on. Nagrith is.
I will
Sweet.
hear your plea,
We'll
mortal.
do a non-aggression pact as well, because we just want to build up our relations as much as possible.
My life.
And we should save some money, because next turn we will have built the Elven Court. Oh, we need the Shrine of Assyrian as well. Okay, we are building that, so it'll take a little bit, because I want to start getting the Maritime Empire so we can get a second convoy going.
High Elven Archmage.
So that's about the best we can do right now. We should start to make a bunch more money now with a bunch of buildings finishing building in 18.
My people have striven
Oh,
to keep you
okay,
from
well,
our realm.
that's a little bit sooner than I expected. We do have Avalorn to come and help us. We can send our Sea Helm back to defend Lothern. I didn't expect that right away. It's funny because I was thinking about it the turn before, but then this turn I was like, yeah. Didn't do it last turn, so why would he do it this turn? But got it mixed up apparently. Oh, a nice little rainbow right there over Lothern. So something that's interesting, oh, for our convoy, ooh, Silver and Guard are awesome. Let's take those. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, it may be hard to see on the map, but in the lore, there's almost constant, like, Aurora Borealis over the mountains of, oh, you can see it a little bit right there, Mountains of the Anuli, which is actually magic being drawn in towards Ulthuan from the vortex. So the mountains are super heavily saturated in magic. And see that little ring of magic across the mountains. But
Of course.
Sea Helm. Even if I put you into full speed, flank speed, you aren't going to get there in time. So we'll just... Oh, are we getting a storm right here? We are getting a storm, so I'm not going to go in. Because I don't want to take attrition. Yeah, trade advancements I don't care about right away. Well, actually, we have the money for it, because the Shrine of Assyrian needs 2 more turns. Sure, why not? Because there's nothing up here that I'm really hankering to get right away. Ingerio, let's get your wine production going.
I concur.
Well, that's good then, because we can actually take some of this territory and start to build it up, because I want to get Val's Anvil so we can get Caledonian Sentinels. Yeah, Lothern's finished upgrading for a lot of stuff, so we should make a lot more money next turn. But for Tyrion, what do we do now? Do we come down this way? You just raised the Eagle Gate. Yeah, I think I'll do that.
I never
Let's go fight
moving out.
the Dreadfleet. I think we do have a military access pact, yes, with Illyrian, so that's great.
You have traveled
Cheernock
far.
is about to get wiped out.
It is agreeable to spend one's time. in
Tor
dignified
Elisor is clear out there. Yeah, if Nakari wants to declare war, which we should look at him, he's probably going to declare war once he finishes Kothikov.
Champion of the Everqueen.
But we'll worry about that later. For now, let's do... Oh, actually, you're going to heal most of the way on our way back anyways. So let's actually give you High Elf Affairs gives a little bit of relation. Income from trade tariffs isn't bad. Income from entertainment, not faction-wide. But it also reduces grandeur cost for all culture seats. Men's Affairs reduces Court of Nobles. It gives us more income from ports. And the Lizardman gives us White Tower stuff and industry. I actually might want to do the Empire right now, because I have pretty good relations with the High Elves. Now let's do Knowledge of Man's Affairs. Tyrion himself. Let's get Rally. And so for the Anuli Eagle Riders, we have to get the gates up to tier 3. These guys are actually really good. Anti-large Eagle Riders. Not too much armor, but they have some nice abilities too. For Amlek, yeah, we're not really gaining much money from that, so I'm going to leave it as is for now. Right. Still don't have a lot of influence. But once we can actually recruit some more heroes, I want to make sure we have enough influence to get some good traits. Yeah, the Dreadfleet. Since the Eagle Gate had been raised, I'm going to guess that's where Count Noctilus had been. So for our Halion...
Welcome. What brings you here?
Defensive Alliance? No. Okay, there's Count Noctilus. He just showed up on the campaign map. But what do we do with our Sea Lord? Or not a Sea Lord, that's Azen. What do we do with our Sea Helm? I was confused the two. Oh, so our caravan gets one more battle. We could be ambushed again. Oh man, if they have more, let's do it. It's fun. Oh, it's Dark Elves. Okay, that's much better. Ambushed by the Dark Elves, oh no! They got 2 things of Cold One Knights. These guys can be pretty nasty. Blackheart Corsairs, Bleak Swords, led by a Dreadlord, a female Dreadlord, with some other Bleak Swords coming through the back. Cold One Knights do get some really nice charges off on our archers, who are stuck in the back of the formation, but we do have some Lothran Sea Guards with shields there to provide a little bit of support while we move our Halberdiers over to help. This is our first showcase, also for our Silvern Guard, who are one of my favorite units. These guys are just absolute walls. They can tank forever if you get them in the right spot. But some of our archers did manage to reposition where we can get some shots off, so our 3 units of archers with light armor are going to be targeting down these Black Corsairs in the back. But the Cold One Knights are still trying to get around us, so we do fortunately catch them with the Silvern Guard. But a Lothran Sea Guard are not holding up very well to these Bleak Swords. Our 2 handgunners did manage to get out of the way for the most part, and we have some Halberdiers coming over to join the fight. But the Bleak Swords and the Black Corsairs are going to kind of do very well against the Halberdiers. They don't have the armor to quite withstand the high melee attack of the Dark Elves. But the Cold One Knights still trying to get into our back line, but we just managed to send our Silvern Guard out to intercept them just barely in time, so they actually don't push through. The other ones are trying to get targeted down by some of our other guys. Bleak Sword's trying to push under my handgunners once again, so we're going to try to pull them back, get some shots off. This is a pretty precarious fight for our naval convoy. We really do not want to lose any units. We did manage to pull our Lothran Sea Guard back into support, where they did get shielded by our Silvern Guard and some of our Halberdiers, so hopefully we can get to a point where they can live and start shooting once again. Cold One Knights, they've really tried to get onto these archers, but I've been very good with our micro action getting them engaged so they can't actually push through into our back line. But over here, these Bleak Swords have managed to push through, though, dodging our Halberdiers. Murderous Prowess going down, gonna get a huge boost in melee attack for all of their units. We have shut down their missiles, but Those Blink Swords are going to rip through our handgunners. But one unit did get around the back, and they'll start to get some broadsides into these guys. Nice. These guys just barely managed to stay up and active, but we are going to reposition them so they can get some nice shots into these Bleak Swords. Our Elven Prince usually was getting his butt kicked by the Vampire Fleet Admirals, but not doing terrible in this fight against the Dreadlord. We do have support of Silver Guard to keep her locked in place, so that's probably a good reason why as well. But Cold One Knights, man, these guys are just super resilient. They do not want to give up. They do actually manage to get to my back line this time, but we are trying to bring over the Lithal Sea Guard to help block them a little bit with their spears while we're bringing over some more Silver Guard. Black Corsairs are coming back, but we're going to target them down with all of our archers. Handgunners getting some nice volleys now into the sides of these Bleak Swords. Dreadlord actually putting up a fight now against our Prince. He has pretty good melee defense, but she has very high melee attack, especially with Murder's Prowess. But it's not quite enough. We do get the victory after being ambushed. It is a very close battle, but we pull it out by the skin of our teeth, get some nice value out of it. It went pretty well, despite being ambushed. They did do a little bit of damage to us, but I felt like we did very well. We're almost to the end of our convoy, so let's keep taking more experience in grandeur. That's a great spot to end episode 3, guys. We'll pick it up right after this. I love this campaign. High Elves are my favorite, so we're going to keep going until I stop having fun. So have a great day, guys.